Yo, what is up, my hoon rats and hoonigans? This is RWD Low Key, and in this video, I'm going to be showing you the drift setup for the Imponte Ruiner. Alright guys, so now we're on our way to the LS Customs, and I'm going to show you all the upgrades and little things you can do to get the most drift and most angle out of this Imponte Ruiner. Quick thing about the Imponte Ruiner, it definitely has to be one of my top 5 favorite drift cars, if not my favorite drift car, the Imponte Ruiner. Just a lot of things about it. It's a very lightweight car. I don't know if you ever crashed in this thing just goes flying. It has like no weight to it. You know, it has a lot of power, and when you double clutch it, when you clutch kick it, you know, you get a lot out of that clutch kick. So that's my favorite thing about that. So I'm going to be coming up with a video later on, exactly some drift techniques specific to this car, but right now I'm just going to keep it with the setup so you guys can go and practice on your own in the meanwhile while I get that video done. So first, let's talk about armor. Now, I've done a lot of tests, I've done a lot of different things with a lot of different cars, not only in the Ruiner, but in other cars. Now, I found 0% armor, none, to be the best for drifting. You're going to feel that your car is much more lightweight. If you go from 100 to back to 0, you will notice a difference. It's almost dramatic. I would almost say it's a dramatic difference. I did a lot of testing with this, so trust me, 0% armor is the way to go. So now we're going to move over to brakes. Now, stock brakes are definitely what you're going to need for this Ruiner, and any drift car for that matter. What stock brakes allows you to do is when you apply the brakes, you don't get as much of an impact per se for the race brakes, street, or whatever, anywhere more. So you don't want to apply too much pressure when you apply the brakes. You want to just correct yourself. So stock brakes, that's the way to go. Okay, so now we're looking at the front bumper, and believe it or not, I have found minor changes to the performance of the car with the motherfucking bumper upgrades. The bumper upgrades. So I would alright, listen. The stock front bumper is the best. You can also run a custom or custom oil cooler, but you know, I found it's minute, like I said, difference, but you know, stock, get the most out of your car. Alright, so now we're looking what's under the hood. Now, a lot of you guys have been commenting, yo, low key, you know, I don't have all these upgrades, man, I can't do this. You know, it really comes down to skill, so just do the highest upgrade you can put on there. There is one more thing I'm going to continue on to talk about in this video, but you know, if you can't afford it, it's all good. Just put up the max amount of upgrades you can. Okay, so now we're on to exhaust. Now, for exhaust, the only thing that matters is you're not running a stock exhaust. So you can run big bore, dual titanium, or the Shakatan. I don't know if I'm gonna pronounce that right, but run anything except for stock. Okay, so guys, now we're on to hood. Now for hood, I would suggest using a carbon hood or stock. It's not too much of a difference here, but if you actually remove the stock hood, if you're running stock and you pop that off using that, you know, sniper, you pop it off, you'll notice a difference. So I would suggest definitely running carbon. You can run stock, but you will notice a difference if you take it off. So now we're scrolling down to color. You guys are probably looking at me like, what color? No, the color doesn't matter, guys, but is there anything better than a nice rugged matte paint job? I don't think so. So you might want to run a matte paint job. Just me. You can do whatever you want. Now, lots of debate coming in here on the spoiler. Now, in my previous video, my tutorial, I didn't say too much about the spoiler. Now, I can confirm that the spoiler is not something you're going to want to put on your car. It's going to add a lot of traction, which you do not want. It's going to slow your car down. Well, not necessarily slow it down, but it's not going to let you get those nice long drifts you want to pull off. So, you know, run none. I've seen people pull off mid-level. I would suggest running none. Okay, so now for the most important upgrade of all on this Ruiner, you need to run sports suspension, guys. I've been running with competitive for the most of the early stages of my drifting. I switched to sports suspension. I'm telling you right now, you will love it so much more. You can be able to do a lot more, get a lot more out of your car. Run sports suspension, run sports suspension, run sports suspension, sports suspension. Alright, now we're looking at that transmission. You're going to want to run race transmission. Like I said before, if you can't upgrade all the way, just do the best you can. Do the best you can, guys, but you're gonna want to run anyway, you're gonna run race you know, transmission and stuff. Yeah. Turbo, you're looking at turbo right now. Turbo isn't, you know, if you can run turbo and if you can afford it, put that turbo on. I've seen people run none, but you know, you're gonna get a lot more out of your car with that turbo. So turbo or not, you'll be alright, but you know, if you got it, flaunt it.
Yes.
What the?
Okay, so now we made it all the way down to tires. Now for tires, you're not gonna really need to worry about anything too much. Don't run off-road tires now, guys. Obviously, I don't think I need to. Do I even need to say that, guys? Oh, another thing, don't run no money rims, cause you might run the risk of becoming a ricer. But that's none of my business. Let's move on to the next step. Bruh. Congratulations, you have made it to the final step of the Ruiner. I would just like to thank you for being an A1 viewer. Now let's get right to the last step now, shall we? So now what you're going to want to do is lower stance, whatever you call your car, using either the AP pistol or the marksman rifle. Now I would suggest using that 0% armor like I told you, and you're only going to put around 33 shots into each of your 4 tires. Once again, that is 33 shots on each tire. Not tire, the rim, obviously. Tire, rim, same, concept. 33 shots, shoot it into the tire, rim, and you'll be good. What this is gonna do is essentially break the suspension, and it's gonna allow your car to slide a lot more, guys. A lot more. You can do it. You can drift without doing this, but it's just gonna be that much better. So that's all I got for you guys today. Showcase this car a little bit. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a thumbs up. Leave a comment in the comment section if you would like to see anything else. Make sure you leave a comment if you would like to see another car in particular, and I'll make sure to get on that as quick as possible. If you want to get into car meets like you see that we do all the time in our previous videos, all you got to do is give me a follow on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, and you'll get into all the meets that we host randomly. Now Twitter is the #1 source for car meets right now, and you'll be guaranteed to get into me lobbies as soon as possible. But that's all I got for you guys today. So you enjoy the rest of your day. Make sure you go drift with your friends. Keep it fun. I'm out. Yeah.